So the reporter is here, so I'm going to give the floor to him, to the reporter, to present its reports. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, dear delegates. This oral report has been prepared by the group of volunteers. A detailed formal report will be produced to and for the Intergovernmental Committee in February 2026 with the contribution of all forum participants. On June 17, 2025, approximately 60 representatives of CSOs came together in Paris and online for the 5th edition of the Civil Society Forum, a biennial event gathering all CSO observers to the convention to exchange on relevant topics. Following the call published by the Secretariat in April 2024, a committed group of 13 civil society organization volunteers representing diverse global regions, organizations, and international networks have worked on a voluntary basis with no financial support to produce the forum, and for the first time, detailed pre-recommendations were made available to parties and UNESCO prior to the Conference of Parties. This important effort calls on parties to actively incorporate civil society's priorities, concerns, insights, and expertise across various fields into both the future work plan of the IGC and their own policy updates and developments. Based on a thorough analysis of civil society organization recommendations and reports since 2017, the official recommendations will be presented at the 90th session of the Intergovernmental Committee, accompanied by a concrete civil society action plan for their implementation and ongoing follow-up that will be developed through a new round of consultations among CSOs observers after the Conference of Parties. The pre-recommendations serve as both a comprehensive assessment of the current challenges hindering civil society's ability to fully safeguard and promote the diversity of cultural expressions, and a forward-looking set of proposals to strengthen dialogue and coordination among civil society parties and UNESCO, ensuring the effective upholding and advancement of the Convention's principles. Priorities will be further identified. As we celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Convention, civil society organizations are drawing parties and UNESCO's attention to significant and growing threats to its core principles, as highlighted in a statement that will follow. At the same time, the sustainability of the cultural sector is under threat, especially in not-for-profit and social impact activities. This is largely due to significant restrictions on public funding to culture at national and international levels, including in areas of development cooperation. Globally, terms such as diversity, inclusion, and equity, core principles, enshrined in the 2005 Convention, are increasingly being challenged and dismissed, including online, threatening their status as shared values within our international community. The forum highlighted, among others, the lack of systematic framework to identify, document, and mobilize the well of thematic, regional, and technical expertise held by the CSOs to be mobilized by parties and UNESCO in complementary with groups of experts, among others, as well as the lack for a peer learning and resource-sharing platform. This limits their strategic involvement in governance and policy making and prevents effective integrated consultation by parties and the Secretariat. CSOs with long-standing engagement in the work of the governing bodies lack formalized recognition. AI's rapid evolution is affecting artistic and cultural rights, threatening freedom of expression, cultural diversity, authors' rights, creative jobs, and intellectual property. Funding for cultural organizations, especially smaller CSOs heavily reliant on grants, is increasingly unstable, including due to donors' changing priorities.
Thank you, Franz. Now we shall proceed to the examination, and there is no objections for the whole draft resolution. So can you adopt 1 to 5? Okay, paragraph 1 to 5 are adopted. Paragraph 6?
Here, there are two options. Also, state parties are requested to indicate the option that they wanted to choose between option A, déplacer la date.
Option A, move the Civil Society Forum to be held prior to the session of the committee that precedes a session of the Conference of Parties, or option B, maintain the Civil Society Forum to be held prior to the session of the Conference of Parties.
Norway, you have the floor.
Merci. Like other countries, we regret not having the opportunity to discuss this further, and we really hope it can be moved up on the agenda next time. And as this is a vote we have to make, Norway wants to support the recommendation by the CSOs, because we believe that while we recognize the travel and cost implications, meaningful participation of civil society must be prioritized, allowing time, ironically today, to process the input and ensuring formats that are beneficial and realistic for civil society and for the benefit of this convention. Therefore, Norway supports option A, and we hope we can proceed and have a better process next time.
I could see Canada and Czechia.
Thank you, Mr. President. Canada supports the interventions made by Norway and also supports civil society's recommendations. With regard to option A, Canada supports option A.
Czechia.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We also support Norway and Canada, and also support the attitude of civil society, so it's option A. Thank you very much.
St. Vincent.
Mr. Chair, option A, as it is the will of the CSO, so if everyone agrees, maybe we can adopt. Thank you.
So, anyone who opposes A, option A? I see none. So, no objection, paragraph 6 is adopted.